Broadcasting from deep within the StreamYard studios, from high atop the KPC Music Corporate Tower in the southwest desert town of Kanab, Utah. This is doloremvox, and now your host, Kelly Chambers.
Christopher Alvarado is a multi-instrumentalist from Salt Lake City, Utah. Christopher Alvarado is a multi-instrumentalist from Salt Lake City, Utah, who has been playing and performing ambient, experimental, and sound manipulation in various genres since the mid-1980s. When he lets the beats fall away, Alvarado further entices listeners with slow-breathing drifts built at the gray space edges of dark ambient, shifting landscapes that appeal to the dimly candlelit recesses of our minds. Twilight Transmissions is Christopher Alvarado.
Okay. This is
Okay.
Kelly, and there's Christopher,
Hello.
Mr. Twilight Transmissions.
Thanks for having me on, Mr. KPC.
We had a little bit of a issue. Like I said, my connection is supposed to be really good, and I started that. I didn't want to start that intro that I did for you before I came in. That's okay. It worked out. You got to see it, though. How'd you like
Absolutely
that? I
did.
liked it.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Right on. Well, this is doloremvox, and tonight, this is our first interview that I've done since I've launched this podcast in January 1st of this year. And as you can see, forever on board. And I guess I'll just start with some questions, Chris. We'll just
All
dive
right,
in.
shoot.
Okay. This goes into your career and background. What first got you into music?
Well, you know what? I'm a born artist, so I started out just drawing as a kid, whatever I could. I loved like Marvel characters, and I draw monsters and stuff, and and
Okay.
I always loved music. But
Right.
what really got me into it was just, the idea that I could make something myself of what I could create myself instead of just listening. So
That was my next question. Who were your biggest influences, when you were growing up,
geez.
as far as your art goes,
I've got so many, but I'll go off my top 10. My one of the bands that I love the most is Soviet France. You got Hunting Lodge, Andre
Hunting
Segovia. Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice.
You got them. I got old punk bands like Discharge and GBH and
Right.
The Clay, all that
Sure.
Japanese stuff.
Do you remember the first song that you ever recorded?
The first one?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a tough one.
I was about 12 years old, or 13, something like that. And I was just making noise on my boombox at that point.
Right.
So yeah, I was recording just to see what I could come up with. But yeah, I
Right.
kind of remember my first one. My second one was on a 4-track when I was getting a little bit more into like my later teens. But I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember doing it.
Yeah.
So.
And how has your sound evolved, would you say, over the years?
Oh, geez. I went from like angry hardcore punk from doing that from like the whole 80s. And I started, I always listen to noise too, but it went from that to doing some industrial type work, industrial music.
Yeah, back in the 80s, I was doing noise. It's funny you say noise. We played, we toured with Minimal Man. I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We played with them all over. Yeah, very cool. I love those guys. That's how I started out, doing noise. And I played guitar. And actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because next up, we're going to watch some video of you from 1989. Got some clips. Like I said, I'll open the mic. I believe I can while it's going, and we can just talk over it. So what's a moment in your career that made you think, I've made it, I've gotten there?
Oh boy, you know what? I don't think there's ever going to be that point, because I've always felt like I've never made it. And
really,
you know what? I'll just keep that attitude, because it keeps me humble. And I will keep pumping out and trying to get better.
Yeah,
I think sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Sorry. No.
I think once you think that you start getting to a certain point, in my opinion, you stop learning and you stop getting better.
That's right.
So
I thought, how would I answer that? Yeah. I thought, how would I answer that? Pretty much the same way, Have I ever made it? No.
Love what I do.
Let's do this, and we'll come back and watch the video. It's 3 minutes and 11 seconds of you live with genocidal. Is that how you say it? Genocidal existence?
Yeah, genocidal existence.
Yeah, and then reality, where you're playing bass.
Yeah.
Okay, here, cool. Let's do this, and then we'll come back to that, and hopefully it'll work.
Techno Poetry with David Shadow Velasquez and DJ Ollie Wisdom, a listener's party. Live and only here on DoloremVox, Wednesday, June 4th at 5 p.m. So wake the kids and wake the neighbors. Call the family and tell your friends. It's Techno Poetry on the DoloremVox podcast. Bing, bang, ba-boom.
Okay, now moving along. This is here's some video. Let's get in the Wayback Machine. I had fun.
I didn't have a mohawk back then, though.
No, you didn't.
No.
Okay. But you had no shirt, and you were ripped.
No shirt. Yep, I was a ripped kid.
Okay, let's see if we can do this and remain on. I don't know. Let's see here. Come on.
This is a good cause. I'll sit on your butt, pig.
Look at that guy. You can unmute your mic.
Kai fucked up his drink.
God damn it, Kai.
You naughty boy.
Hey, what's that camera for? I'll stand out here until he can stop. Take it off!
Child abusers.
Harsh reality.
Bunch of assholes.
You can unmute your mic.
Scars of abuse.
You can hear me. Stars.
Hello?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
And where are you? Hold on. I get you.
Oh.
I got you. Here we go. There he is. All right.
So yeah, that was me when I was about 17. And that
Wow.
was for
Now
an
back then. Yeah.
and that was for an Amnesty International benefit. That was for an Amnesty
Right. It
International
said
benefit.
that.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay,
did you write lyrics first or start with a melody when you were writing music back then as a front man?
Oh geez, you know what? I always kind of went with the flow and wrote both at the same time. See what would
Right.
work out the best. Change up the
Sure.
wording and
Gotcha.
so that's how I used to do it back then. I don't work that much that way anymore, but now
Right.
now what I do is I come up with a title, and then I come up with a picture in my head, and then I try to make sounds out of that picture.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what inspires your music the most, personal experiences, stories, art, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, back then it used to be, being a punk, it used to be the government all the time pissed me off. So I would write songs about that, and just
lots to work
usual,
with. Yeah. Right.
Usual teenage angst lyrics, but those days are long gone, and now I just I just create art,
So
what I consider art.
So how do you overcome like creative blocks? I deal with that. How do you deal with that? Do you have those?
Yeah, I get them
just...
once in a while. I do. I get them once in a while what I do is I take a break from what I'm doing. I set it aside, and I come up with new ideas. And if I'll write something for a compilation, for a different net label or whatever is coming out. And then I come up with my ideas from that song, and I try to make all of my other stuff. I try to take that same idea and come up with just whatever pops in my mind. But yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah, it's a pain in the butt though. Sometimes blocks happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, hey, let's do this, and we'll come right back with some more questions.
Cool.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hold on.
The Heavy
Hold
Metal
on.
Shop. Peddling
Got it.
evil since 1987, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
Online at
Here-
heavymetalshop.com or call 801-467-7071. That's metal. That's the Heavy Metal Shop.
I love that ad.
Very cool.
It's not a crack house. Crack home. So do you prefer performing live or working in the studio?
I really enjoy the creative aspect of art, so I really enjoy working in the studio. And
Yeah.
I have not played out that often, just for the reason that it's kind of a pain in the butt for me to haul all my gear around, especially when I'm a one-man show.
I remember doing that in a Kia. Yeah. You got the whole thing in a Kia. Yeah. So what's the most memorable show that you've ever played? I know you've played a few.
Okay, I've had some real fun shows, but the one that stands out in my mind was when I was singing, or I shouldn't say singing, screaming with Genocidal Existence back in, I think it was in 88, 1988. We played with the Dayglow Abortions from Canada.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
I have never seen a pit that big in my life. And it was back in the days where, the kids didn't hit each other and crap like they do now.
Right.
It was fun. Everybody just banged around and had a good time.
Yeah, it became it turned into fun, like you say, into a war zone,
Jeez, you know what? If one of those kids did that to me in a pit, I'd have to leave, because I think I'd be way too pissed after that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right.
It's just not
doubt.
right.
So have you had a performance go completely wrong? I mean, that
Oh,
you had to
yeah.
recover from?
Oh, yeah. Back in my industrial days, when with my Project 23 Ecstasy, we for some reason, and I don't know why, every single show that we played had gremlins in the works, like the PA or the gear. And every single show we would start stressed out because something wasn't working. And
if
so
it could go wrong, it will go wrong. Yeah.
And it went wrong every time, which was a total bummer, because it was so much fun to play live. But we didn't play out that much because of that reason. So we
Did you ever play with the band? There was a band in Salt Lake that I used to love back in the 80s called The Atheists.
Oh,
they
yeah.
had a song, There Is
80s.
No God.
Yeah. I remember them.
There's no God, there's only noise.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a club on State Street. I forget the name of it, but you went downstairs. It was in the basement. They played there quite a bit. I love that band. Yeah.
Yeah, it was right off of State Street, right? I think
Yeah,
it's
right off
a
State Street.
yeah, I think it's a Nickelcade now or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, it was the place. Yeah. Ah,
Yeah, I've been
so
there a
let's
few times,
see.
but I
I
never
got
got to
lots of
play
good
there.
questions. So let's see. What are we saying? What's the best advice, Chris, that you should, or advice another musician has given you? That's what I should say. What's the best advice another musician gave Christopher Alvarado? I couldn't say your last name. Sorry.
Oh,
Couldn't
it's
get
all
it
right.
out.
It's all right. Um, geez,
That's a tough one. That's a tough
it
one.
is a tough one, but I did ask. I sent my work to a man in England called. His name is Ben Ponton, and
Uh-huh.
he's the main the head honcho of Soviet France. And I asked him what he thought, and he said, "Well, not everything needs to have so many different effects on it, and some things sound better dry." Which I didn't
Right.
think about back then, but I do now.
Right.
So that was probably it right there.
I remember my buddy, we lived together and we toured, he played keyboards. Really wasn't a musician. He was just kind of the guy that ran the computer and he played a little keyboards, but he'd hear me recording and he would always pop in the studio and say, "Less is more, Kelly. Less is more."
Yeah,
Good
I have that
advice.
problem once in a while,
Yeah.
especially with the way
Especially
my brain
when you're
thinks.
doing ambient.
Oh yeah, ambient.
Oh,
That's a whole
oh
different
yeah.
ball game right there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Have you ever had a collaboration? And
I'm sorry.
who would it be? A
Can you
dream
repeat that?
collaboration.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Have you ever had a dream collaboration? Somebody maybe you haven't collaborated with, or maybe you've met that dream collaboration. You
Mm,
collab with a lot of people. I know that.
yes, I do.
Yes, I
No,
do.
I really don't.
Yeah,
I really don't. Everybody brings something different to the table, and it's
sure.
what I come up with when I'm inspired by what they're doing. That's
Right.
I just try to leave it at that. But no, I've
Sure.
never had a dream
Sure.
collaboration.
Yeah. How do you feel about the current state of the music industry, especially streaming and social media? Where were they?
Well, you know what? What I've noticed is everything changes from year to year, so you just got to go with the flow and get used to it. It's just change is going to happen,
Yeah,
and you know,
sure.
you just have to look at it for what it is and go with the
Right,
flow, and you
right.
know,
So do you prefer working solo or collaborating with other artists?
um, I do really like to collaborate a lot, but on the other hand, I also like to work by myself just because I can get out all of the stuff that I've been thinking of and all these
Right,
different titles I come up with, and
sure.
portraits and paintings or whatever you want to call it, things I come
Right,
up to my head.
right.
That's just that's what I like the best.
Okay. Well, geez, I would say at this point, let's do this. We'll come back and then we'll do Got Headphones and play that track that you and Kati Astraeir,
Hmm.
Long Path, from the album Realms of Thoth.
Uh-huh.
And for anybody, all the links are down in the description. I think I've got 7 links right up at the top that are just Christopher Alvarado and Twilight Transmissions. So we'll do this. We'll come right back, Chris, and then we'll do that. And of course, I had to run my own commercial.
No, I don't
for
blame
this
you.
guy
You've
here.
got some great music that I really like too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not doing too much
thanks.
music, but that's why I'm doing this. I've taken all that creative energy and just dumped it into this, you know.
Well, it's got to go somewhere.
It's that's right. And I know you're the same, you know. I mean, I got to be doing something.
If it
So,
doesn't go out,
you know, this is
doesn't come
No,
out, you're going to
no.
go bonkers.
yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to take us off, and we're going to do Got Headphones and get into the long path. So
Awesome.
after we take that long path, we'll be back.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Got headphones? This is the portion of the broadcast where we spotlight a band or artist by playing one of their tracks or songs. So grab your headphones and possibly a beverage and sink into your beanbag chair. This is doloremvox. Got headphones?
That's a beautiful piece of music.
Thank you.
Just love it.
Thank you.
Just love it. How did you like the little video I put together?
I like that. It looked pretty cool,
Not
you know.
much.
It's all right. It's better than what I had for it before,
Like I
which was
said,
nothing.
it's well, you know, like I was telling you, it's a background that would be used for like a newscast or something. I thought it, you know, the whole thing, it kind of just fit together. But sorry, I keep looking over. I'm looking at a teleprompter. I've got all these questions, and I'd never remember them. But now that we've gotten into the ambient part, evolution of sound. You've traversed genres from punk to ambient over the decades. Can you share how this evolution shaped your current sound with Twilight Transmissions?
Yes. I got kind of sick of doing the angry, aggravated, aggro type music. You know, there's only so much of that you can do before you get tired of it. And I really, you know, I listened to Soma FM when I was doing when I was at work, and I was doing some design work. Excuse me. But yeah, I just loved how it sounded, and I thought, well, geez, maybe I should try to do that because I like how it makes me feel. You know, it's peaceful.
Right.
It's calming, and so that's how I started doing that.
Who are the artists or experiences that have significantly influenced your ambient creations? What kind of got you, you know, what were, you know, experiences, other artists, or what kind of steered you in that direction?
You know, I don't, the only way I can put it is I think you have to do ambient a certain way or before, and to not make it boring.
Sure.
And, you know, and there was stuff that I heard. I'm not going to point out artists or anything like that, but that I thought was, you know, it could have used a little bit more instead of just the flat line that I usually heard before. So I thought I'd, you know, try my hand at it. That's what started that, you know. And
so when you're doing these soundscapes, ambient music often involves crafting immersive atmospheres. How do you approach building these soundscapes in your own compositions?
I go ahead and I freehand all of my ambient parts.
Okay.
And I just go off and, you know, I go, like I said, I go off my titles. So whatever fits the title, I try the sound. And then, you know, BPM has a lot to do with it. Sometimes a little bit faster than others. But yeah, that's about it on that.
Well, on your collaborative ventures, you've worked with various artists across genres. How do these collaborations influence your work? And are any memorable partnerships that you'd like to highlight?
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I've never really been influenced by any bands. Inspired, yes, but not influenced. But I am influenced by the people I work with.
Of course.
So, you know, it's that's like the biggest thing for me is just hearing what they got and going off of that. And one of my favorite, most memorable ones, and this is off my bucket list, is working with Scott Roosh on from Witches of Malibu, which he was originally from Hunting Lodge. He was the local poet for those guys.
Okay.
And like I
Right.
said, they were like one of my top 10 favorite bands. So for me, I was pretty giddy about it, and I wanted to make something special, So I
Right.
would get a hold of his work, and I thought, what could I do that would fit with his? Because he does a lot of noise, harsh noise.
Yeah.
And so I incorporated that with what I do with
Right.
Twilight Transmissions, which
Sure.
I usually work with my friend Ivy Martinez in oh geez, Slovakia. Took me a second.
Huh. Yeah.
And he sends me tracks, and I will go off of what he has and work with that.
Right. Oh, it was fun collaborating with you. We did
And you
that.
too.
Yeah, that Ultra Lounge. I was in Mesquite, living in Mesquite for a year. I was doing Astic. That basically it's a best of Uropatwin, and Tate Music put that out on CD. So
Yes, I
if
still have my
anybody
copy.
out there, yeah, I need to find. I have a couple, but they're stashed away in storage. But they were on sale at like Kmart, and so I tell people,
Yeah.
go to the the cheapy bin. You might actually find it. God, I would love to find my CD in a Walmart. Jeez. Well, hey, let's do this real quick, and we'll come up a couple more questions, and we'll follow that up with the video that I actually just found. It's I don't know who's on it. It says her name. There's a gal playing the electric violin, and you're playing keyboards. And is
Yeah,
that at
that's
a live show?
yes, that was a live show for our my friends. She DJs at Area 51, and she had this
Oh, okay.
DJ show called Temple, and it was
Huh.
I think I don't remember. It was one of the anniversaries. I can't remember what year of an anniversary it was, but she
Right.
asked me to play, and I said yes. So, and we got to play
Yeah.
with a couple other bands from LA, which was Sleep Clinic and Serveto Electronico. Those guys they were a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I have here under your unique performances for Temple's anniversary, you prepared a set list intended for a single performance.
Yep,
What
we
was the
did.
inspiration? Yeah, what was the one-time experience
Well,
with
you know what?
Temples?
Be honest with you, after all of the years of playing the same tracks, like you go to band
Right,
practice, you play the same things, and you're like, oh
over and
man,
over.
over
Yeah,
and over and over. But yeah,
right.
anyway, I really like to freestyle. I like to see what I can come up with on the spot.
Yeah,
And my friend
sure.
Katia Maratha, who was playing violin with me, she's like an awesome musician. I was very lucky to get her to play with me, but she had no
Yeah,
problem playing the stuff that I did. So yeah,
cool.
we got together for a half hour one time, came up with the sound. I showed her, jammed around a little
Right.
bit, took it to the show, and that's what we did. We just
Nice.
improvised everything.
Cool. Well, like I say, I'm going to do this real quick, and then we'll come back. I have a couple more questions, and then we'll play that video.
Awesome.
We'll end it there. So Hold on, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Incense Warehouse. Top quality incense at unbelievable prices. If you love a particular scent, they will have it. Online at incensewarehouse.com or call 516-513-1532 and tell them that doloremvox sent you. Incense Warehouse. Increase your atmospheric resolution of smells today.
Your atmospheric resolution. I love that.
I love
these.
incense. Good stuff.
I do too. I've been buying incense from these guys for years, like 15 years or something. And I did this commercial, and the guy went and watched it, and he's like, wow. He's in New York, but it got great prices. If you were to call him, the owner will answer. His name's Brian. And for those of you out there, give them a call. Their number is area code 516-513-1532. And that's enough of that.
Good stuff. I still love my Nog Chomper.
I do too. That's one of my favorites, actually. Yeah.
Yep,
I love
that one and Sandalwood.
Sandalwood is always good. Always good. So let me see. What do we have? Defining ambient. Ambient music can be interpreted in various ways. How do you define genre and what drew to it? Does that make any sense?
How do I define genre? And sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah. How do you define the ambient genre and what drew you to it?
Oh, yeah.
Good question. Yeah.
I liked it, and be honest with you, I struggle a lot with different things, and like I said, I really enjoy how it makes me feel, and so I think ambient music it's a peaceful genre. So for me,
what do you hope? Yeah, go ahead.
So I like to write it just just for anybody who wants to hear it, or help them calm down. It's whatever you got going on. Life's not always that great, so you got to have something. And I always thought ambient music was great for that.
That's right.
In my opinion.
Yeah. What do you hope that listeners take away from your music? Are there specific emotions or states of mind you aim to evoke in your music?
Well, yeah, it's all.
That's kind of yeah.
Yeah, it's my ambient, definitely. I want to help people feel a lot more at ease and peaceful. But with Twilight Transmissions, that has to come out, and it's just art. You take what you get from it.
That's right.
So it's
That's
up
right.
to interpretation for everybody, is my opinion on that.
Sure.
So
now,
yes.
As far as alternative paths, yeah. If you weren't immersed in the world of music, what other passions or careers might you have pursued?
Oh, I definitely would have been a visual artist, which I still dabble in from here and there. But yeah, definitely I would have been a visual artist.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. Well, that's about it for my questions. I guess we'll step into the video. It's 12 minutes, so we'll play that. And If you want, you can unmute your microphone. I don't know, you're on your phone, you can do that. You can do that while
I
the
can do
video
that.
is playing, and it might work. We could still talk over the video, but not that we want to. I mean, it's some really great work. I love it. So, okay, well, give me one sec here. Let me see. See if I know how to do this. Okay. And there we go. I think. Plan on your end, Chris?
Nope. I can see it's loading or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's loading. Go full screen for a minute. Full scream. I'm going to scream. Okay. Let's stop. And let's try it again. Come on. Come on. Okay. All right. Okay. You still there, Chris?
I'm still here.
There.
Yep.
So this is at Area 51?
Yeah, that's at Area 51.
Okay.
Now, one thing you should know is she not only she played violin, she plays a killer keyboard.
Is that her keyboard setup right there?
No, that's my setup.
Oh, it's yours. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can squash this. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm still learning this program. So
That's all right. I'm just happy that you had me on today.
Well, like I mentioned, your next release, you know, run a commercial, play the out. We can, you know, if you put something new out, it'd be great to have you come back and talk about it.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
See, I'm from a child from this, all about grassroots, you know?
Yeah.
I really like this stuff. I would have enjoyed this.
Oh, it's so much fun to play, but you know, it's kind of hard to tell what people are going to come up or how they're going to react to it. Maybe for Twilight Transmissions, I used to wear a full glowing bodysuit. And then I had hand painted plastic currency to people. And so one time, one of the audience members went up to the promoter and told her I was nuts.
So did you have video in the back there? I see there's a screen.
Yeah, I think they did their own light show. That was for, the Area 51 did their own light show for that. But we've done it before with a guy named Derek Dyer. He used to do our backgrounds for us once in a while.
Sound that you've got going with the keyboards.
Yeah, she knows how to work with that kind of stuff very well.
Yeah. You guys did this on the fly?
Yes, we did. Uh-huh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Name was Steve Lanza, and he made his violin sound like guitars and flutes, and just amazing.
I've thought about buying my own violin, just something cheap to play around on.
I love it. I have a cello, that I purchased about a year ago, and I've got a really nice mic for it, a pickup. And
Big condenser microphone.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait to hook it up through all my effects, which I'll do, and I'll actually play it here. And I got the cello mainly for bass lines. You know, I figure I'll put the pickup on it and it'd be great for just doing bass.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to purchase the new bass amp pretty soon. That's what I started out with. The bass guitar was my first instrument.
My grandfather was a bassist back in the day. And we're talking 40s, 50s. And he played stand-up. Also, he had a Fender. And my uncle, his son, was a bass player. And I have a bass. I love bass.
Yeah, my family still
Drums,
can't figure out where I got all of my creativity from.
Well, that's like me. Every instrument I pick up, I pretty much, give me some time and I've got it. I'll play it, I'll use it.
Like me and my new drone flute. Let's sing. It's got 3 barrels on it.
Yeah, you said that. I want to see a picture of that.
Yeah, I don't know how well
Unless you got it sitting right there.
Sounds very cool, though.
Do you have it there with you?
Do you have one?
Do you have that flute there with you?
Yeah, it's right here.
Cool. Well, I can look at it right after this. I want to see. Yeah, I would have really enjoyed watching this.
I've really considered at one point going out and just buying an acoustic amp and just going out there with my keys and everything and just doing ambient stuff myself.
Right. I thought about the same thing, and then my health went south. So now I do a podcast. It's true. True story.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you.
Well, I got my workstation here in my studio, and I haven't recorded a song in 2 years, 3 years.
Only been 3 months for me.
Yeah, it's been quite a long time. But I got a friend who's going to come over and help me get my studio back together so I can start playing. I'm not done.
Yeah, send some stuff my way and I'll make a remix for you.
That was my first thought. Us working on something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm always up for it.
I love this. Oh, yeah. I still have some tracks you sent me. I have them saved on a hard drive.
Yeah, those are all. We should do some new stuff.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so that was my ambient set. It's a lot different back from the 1989, that's for sure.
That was great. Well, this has been a great interview. This is my first interview, as I said at the beginning. And it's been my privilege and honor to have your, especially first, hopefully you'll come back. Like I said, your next release, once you get it out there or whatever, we'll have to have you come back. If you're up to it, we'll just focus on that release. So
Awesome. Yeah, right now I've got 5 releases this year.
Wow. That's
Yep,
a lot.
I've got 5.
You're the hardest working man in showbiz.
Oh, geez. And
Wow.
2 of them I redid at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm always creating something, but I've taken a break for the last few months.
Right. Are you? Well, it's good to do that. That's what I'm doing. I was burning out. I took a couple weeks off. I mean, it was constant, just work. I got a lot done, Facebook took away my main account, Uropatwin, KPC Music, but I have doloremvox on Facebook and my Best Baby Boomers site, and that's it. So
wow.
I'm kind of done with Facebook, that
seems like a lot of people are.
Yeah. Have the endings for those out there that are watching us today, or and this is going to be recorded and people can go back and watch and listen. Is there anything you'd like to end with?
I would like everybody to know that I really appreciate you listening to my music, all the downloads, all the support you've given. It's awfully nice of you. It's been quite a few years in the making since I got to this point. There was a few years where I didn't do anything for certain reasons, and but I told myself once I got out of the dark spot, I would definitely rise above and be a better version of myself, which I have done.
Which you have done, because I remember talking to you during those dark times. I do. I remember that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, I've gone through it myself. That's why I'm doing this. I can be active. It's great for the brain. Physically, I'm messed up. But this podcast is keeping me alive. And, of course, music is my niche. So my podcasts center around that. I mean, last Wednesday I did my paranormal childhood. So it's not all music. But regardless, I always start off with a song. And I'm always going to do a song in the middle, that got headphones. And I know you're playing your music. And like I said, your next new release, let's get together here and play it for everyone and, discuss it. I'd love that. If you're,
thank you very much. My new Twilight Transmissions will be coming out. I'm not sure when, but sometimes this year. It's called Liquid Tendril.
Awesome. Oh,
that'll be out, and then I have my first. Then sorry, I've got my ambient, my first ambient album I've made called Diamond Dust. And I am working with a label called Earth Mantra, so everybody can keep their eyes out for that.
Now, the first one you mentioned, I thought that was already out. The Tendrils.
Oh, Liquid Tendril? Not quite yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
You've got it. You've got a copy
Yeah.
of it, but
Yeah,
nope,
I
it's not
do.
released yet.
Okay, good to know. I haven't done anything, so we'll talk. Is that going to be your next release? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, one of the two are.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not
let's
quite
get
sure
together
what
on that.
All
Let's
right.
get together on that, and we'll have you back in a month or whatever. We don't have to do a whole hour like we did here, but take a half hour and explore, one of your new ones. It'd be great. And thank
Cool.
you for sending me all the music. Yeah,
Twilight
mine's in the.
Transmissions, Liquid Tendril.
I
Keep an
should
eye
have
out.
wore mine. Yeah, thank you for the shirt, by the way. I love it.
You're welcome.
I wore it for like 5 days. I'm like, oh shit, I got to take this off.
It's going to be stinky.
That's right. All right, Chris. Well, that's it for me. And again, thank you for this. And I hope you all enjoyed this podcast as much as I enjoyed doing it. And with that, I'll say peace and love to everyone.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me
again,
on.
Chris.
Appreciate it.